Dacia Duster, 2025. Maintenance, your ultimate guide. You guys know how much I love a good value proposition, and when it comes to affordable SUVs, the Dacia Duster is right up there. But to keep this Romanian wonder running smoothly for years to come, you gotta give it some TLC. That's why today we're doing a deep dive on Dacia Duster 2025 maintenance. We'll cover everything from basic checks to essential replacements, so you can keep your Duster happy, and your wallet even happier. This is Supercar, let's get started. Alright guys, let's kick things off with the most fundamental maintenance item, engine oil. This stuff is the lifeblood of your Duster's engine, keeping everything running smoothly and preventing premature wear. Now, Dacia recommends using synthetic 5W30 oil for the 2025 Duster, but it's always a good idea to double-check your owner's manual for the most accurate information. When it comes to oil changes, you're looking at doing this every 10,000 kilometers or at least once a year, whichever comes first. And here's a pro tip. Whenever you change your oil, always, and I mean always, replace the oil filter as well. It's a cheap part, and it makes a big difference in the long run. Trust me, your engine will thank you for it. Now, I know some people like to tackle oil changes themselves. And hey, if you've got the skills and the space, more power to you. But if you're not comfortable getting your hands dirty, no worries at all. Just take it to a trusted mechanic, and they'll sort it out for you. Let's talk about breathing, not for you, but for your Duster. Just like you need fresh air, your engine needs a steady supply of clean air to perform at its best. That's where the air filter comes in. It traps all the dust, dirt, and other nasty particles that can clog up your engine and cause performance issues. Now, the recommended interval for replacing your Duster's air filter is between 15,000 and 20,000 kilometers. However, if you frequently drive in dusty or polluted environments, you might want to consider changing it even sooner. And while we're on the subject of filters, let's not forget about the cabin air filter. This little guy sits inside your dashboard and cleans the air that you and your passengers breathe. It's especially important to replace regularly if you use your AC a lot, as it can get pretty gross in there. Aim to swap it out every 12 months or sooner if you live in a particularly dusty area. Okay folks, time for a serious talk about a critical component, the timing belt. This often overlooked belt is basically the heartbeat of your engine, ensuring that all the moving parts are working in perfect harmony. Now here's the deal. Dacia recommends checking the timing belt at 60,000 kilometers and replacing it no later than 100,000 kilometers. And trust me, you don't want to mess around with this one. A broken timing belt can lead to catastrophic engine damage, potentially turning your beloved Duster into a very expensive lawn ornament. And when you do get that timing belt replaced, it's always a good idea to replace the water pump at the same time. Why? Well, they're usually located in the same area, and doing both jobs together can save you time and money in the long run. Chapter 4. Battery maintenance, don't get stranded. We've all been there. You turn the key, expecting the satisfying roar of your Duster's engine, but instead, you're met with silence. Or maybe just a faint clicking sound. Yep, that's the dreaded dead battery. Now, while modern car batteries are pretty reliable, they don't last forever. To keep your Duster's battery happy and healthy, make it a habit to clean the terminals every 6 months or so. Just a bit of baking soda and water will do the trick. And speaking of preventative measures, it's a good idea to have a voltmeter handy to check the battery's voltage from time to time. As for how long you can expect your battery to last, well, it varies depending on factors like climate and driving conditions, but generally speaking, you're looking at replacing it every 3 to 5 years. Chapter 5, Brake Pads and Discs, Stop on a Dime. Alright, let's talk about stopping power, because nobody wants to experience the heart-stopping feeling of their brakes failing. Your Duster's braking system relies on two main components, brake pads and discs, or rotors. The pads are like the shoes of your brakes, applying pressure to the discs to slow down or stop the vehicle. Now it's crucial to check your brake pads regularly, ideally every 15,000 kilometers or so. You can usually get a visual inspection through the wheel spokes, but if you're not sure, don't hesitate to take it to a mechanic. As a general rule of thumb, you'll want to replace the brake pads when they're worn down to about 3 millimeters of thickness. And while you're at it, have a look at the brake discs as well. They tend to last longer than the pads, usually surviving 2 sets of pads before needing replacement. Alright, let's talk about keeping your Duster cool, literally. We're diving into the world of coolant, that often overlooked fluid that plays a vital role in regulating your engine's temperature. Now, checking your coolant level is super easy and should be done at least once a month. Just locate the coolant reservoir, usually a translucent plastic tank, and make sure the fluid level is between the minimum and maximum marks. But here's the thing, checking the level is just one part of the equation. You also need to make sure the coolant itself is fresh and in good condition. Over time, coolant can break down and lose its effectiveness, which can lead to overheating and even corrosion within the cooling system. That's why it's crucial to flush and replace your coolant every 4 to 5 years or as recommended by your Duster's owner's manual. Alright gearheads, let's shift gears, pun intended, and talk about your Duster's transmission. Now, whether you have the manual or automatic version, keeping the transmission happy is crucial for smooth, reliable shifting. If you drive a manual Duster, one of the first things to check is the clutch fluid, especially if it has a separate reservoir. This hydraulic fluid is what allows you to engage and disengage the clutch smoothly. If the fluid level is low or looks dirty, it's a good idea to have it topped up or replaced. As for the gear oil itself, Dacia recommends replacing it every 60,000 to 80,000 kilometers. This lubrication is vital for keeping all those gears and bearings spinning happily inside the transmission. Now, for those of you with automatic Dusters, you'll want to focus on the automatic transmission fluid, or ATF for short. Alright, let's wrap things up with the part of your Duster that literally connects you to the road, the tires. Maintaining proper tire pressure is absolutely crucial for safety, fuel efficiency, and even tire longevity. Make it a habit to check your tire pressure at least once a month, and definitely before any long road trips. You can usually find the recommended tire pressure on a sticker inside the driver's side door jamb or in your owner's manual, but it's not just about keeping them inflated. You also want to make sure your tires wear evenly, which is where tire rotation comes in. Dacia recommends rotating your tires every 10,000 kilometers. This involves moving the tires to different positions on the vehicle, ensuring that they wear down at a similar rate. And finally, let's talk about wheel alignment. Over time, hitting potholes, curbs, or just driving on less than perfect roads can knock your wheels out of alignment. So there you have it, folks, your comprehensive guide to keeping your Dacia Duster 2025 running smoothly for years to come. Remember, a little bit of preventative maintenance goes a long way in preventing costly repairs down the line. Now, I'm curious, which of these maintenance tips surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Supercar for more car reviews, tips, and quirky automotive adventures. Until next time, drive safe and keep those Dusters rolling.